honestly is liberating and has helped me find myself sexually, and it's really taught me a lot more about finding my self-worth, my value, and understanding that I am attractive despite, everybody brainwashing me most of my life that you can't be fat and attractive at the same time.
I'm your girlfriend Kate. I'm on Instagram at your girlfriend Kate. So you can find me there. I mostly do fashion modeling and clothes rounds, but I do have OnlyFans. So I really loved getting into the industry to just help promote the confidence in other girls, because I am lucky enough to have it and was lucky enough to be able to find that. So getting to share it for me is what I love. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Emma Lilly. I joined the industry in January of 2020, so I was in for a rude awakening about a few months later. But it's just been a wild ride ever since. And yeah, you can find me Twitter and Instagram at the Emma Lilly or at emmalilyofficial.com.
Hey guys, I'm cam girl and phone sex operator Paisleehaze. I've been in the industry since 2018, and if you want to find me on my socials, Twitter, Team HazeBud, Instagram, Paisley_Haze, and yeah.
Hello, I am Danica Danali. I've been in the industry for 12 years. Coming up in December, 12 years. And I love it. I still love everything about it. I started out as a cam girl, and then the studios found me and invited me to shoot, and that's what I've been doing ever since. It is extremely liberating. It's an amazing experience because I was even smaller when I started, and they're still inviting me back. So it's like size is not anything to worry about. It's it gives you a ton of confidence. It really does.
So one of the things I want to talk about is one thing that you experience when you're going through your sexuality is the first thing you are faced with is your appearance. Because oftentimes sexuality is connected to attraction, which when you are dealing with society who tells you when you're not a size 6 or 4 or 2 or an 8, you start hitting those double digits that you're not attractive, which is fucking bullshit, because I think we are just as beautiful, if not more. I mean, I think everybody can be beautiful in any shape, color, size, and I don't care where you come from, I don't care what your hair looks like, you can do whatever you want, you're sexy in everything. So that is one of the things that I find very important, and I want to say that it's a commendable thing to get into this industry and show off your curves, because I feel like it's very liberating for us, but it's also very motivating for other women who are out here, and men, and just people in general, because it's not just the women. We like our big curvy men too now, but I feel like I want to break the mold or be a part of a cause that breaks the mold of what public society thinks that we should be in order to be beautiful. And we are some sexual ass human beings as well. We got all the libido. We can do everything everybody else can do, and sometimes better. But so let's give it up for the curves. So do we have questions? Does anybody have any questions yet? No? Okay. So the next thing that we're going to get into is sexuality. And one of the things that I found for myself getting into the adult industry, which was, I didn't even know there was such thing as BBW or Curvy, or I thought you had to be like this perfect blonde hair, blue eyed, and like 85-pound woman in order to be an adult star. So when I stumbled across some curvy women, I was like, holy shit. I could do that, I think. I'm gonna try, and I did, and I was very successful at it, and I just went from being like not very confident to being like, oh, you can't tell me nothing. So, want to pass the mic around, ready to go. Let's start with Danica, and tell us one thing that you would say about being a curvy person and how that's helped you sexually. And identifying with your sexuality and being more sexually free.
Yes, it definitely has. I've always it's funny. I've always been a little bit more vanilla, like the skinnier I was. So as I put on weight throughout the years, I became more and more open and free, basically, and it really has just been the best experience. And I don't even know how to explain it otherwise.
What about you, Paisley?
Well, for me, I feel like it started when I was younger because I always had like this big bubble butt. And so I was always...
That's not a bad thing to have, by the way.
No.
You hear any bubble butt lovers in the house?
And so it was, back in the day, it was a thing to have big boobs, but a big ass wasn't always the thing. And so just embracing that and my curves, I didn't feel attractive before I got online and started camming at all. And camming has just boosted my confidence so much. I haven't had to deal with many trolls. They love my belly rolls. They love my jiggles. So, hey, it's all love.
Too.
I love them too.
So I would say like a big part of my sexuality is the other person that's with me, you know. I would say that
She's so soft-spoken and shy. I want to hear your porn voice.
a big part of my sexuality is the other person or other people in the room with me, right? I think a lot of us are that way. And when you're self-conscious about yourself, it's hard to connect with someone else on that level, right? So learning that, oh, you know, not only my partner or, you know, the people that I'm with in normal life, but this whole crowd of people online like me and want more of me has been pretty revolutionary in that way.
Well, for me, I think a really important thing to realize when you're, you know, kind of going through this, maybe some self-confidence issues, is how much stress you're putting on yourself about what other people are thinking, what you're thinking, and how that's relating to your bedroom experience. In addition to your experience with people day to day, I mean, like, the subconscious stress of being chubby might be the reason that it's heart disease, you know? It might be that kind of thing. So for me, it was realizing the stress that I was putting in my life daily, being worried about how I looked, if I was too fat, if my shirt was too small or whatever, and realizing that it was a stress, and then using it to my advantage to really release that stress in sexuality. And I think that was a very helpful thing for me, so.
Congratulations.
So basically, the minute I turned 30, I reached the point of 0 fucks to give.
Everybody else out there fucks again. Let's give it to 0 fucks again. I like that.
Yes, and I started doing porn at 35, and that's when I reached negative fucks to give. Because I realized that despite what I had been fed my entire life to believe, that I had value, I had beauty, people were attracted to me, people wanted to have sex with me, people wanted to watch me have sex. That was the most revolutionary thing. People wanted to see me having sex on their computers, on their TVs, whatever, their phones. I don't care where you watch porn. People watch porn, and they watch all different kinds of porn. This is the era of the content creator right now. No matter what gender, what race, what age, what size, what shape you are, you can do porn. And the moment that you realize that is revolutionary, that you have value and you are beautiful.
For me, it was more about me wanting to have sex, because for many years I suffered from, I didn't want to get naked into the lights on, I didn't want you to see my belly or my fat rolls or my cellulite, and you know, the long list of all the things that we hate about ourselves when you're going through that period of, the world has told me I can't be sexy because I have, you know, thighs that are bigger than some of the people that I know, you know, as a full body. So I found, looking at myself, I found sexuality where I wanted to have sex. And then I became a beast, because then I was like, I wanted to fuck everybody. I was like, shit, I want to fuck all the time. And, you know, people just don't have that kind of stamina. So I was fucking myself, I was fucking other people, then I was fucking myself again. So I found a really amazing comfort in my own sexuality through my curves, because I just broke the mold and was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what people think about me. I don't give a fuck, because why? And I found that people that don't like you and how you look are just struggling with their own identity and their own self-confidence. And so that's not my problem anymore. That's a you problem, not a me problem.
Yes.
So, is there anybody else who has a story to share or a question to ask, or just let something out, like let a moan out, like, yes, let's all be sexual right now.
I have a question for those of you, like for you who got into it at the age of 35. What was the defining moment? What happened that was the defining aha moment for you? When you finally realized, I've been doing this wrong all along. What was that moment?
When you accidentally posted to Instagram? Oops.
So I started doing porn during COVID, and it was starting on OnlyFans as a way to make extra money when my income from real estate went in the toilet because of COVID. And within 2 months, I was shooting hardcore porn scenes professionally. And that would probably be the aha moment, but the most revolutionary thing for me was when I left my abusive ex-husband. That's when I realized that I had value.
Good for you. That is awesome. I started at 30. I am now 47. So no, I started at 29. And now I'm 47. And let me tell you, shit gets better. When they say like, oh, you're old and you're all washed up, and I'm like, no bitch. I am the happiest I've ever been. I am the sexiest I've ever been, and I am the most sexual I have ever been. So don't let anyone tell you your curves can stop you from anything, your age, none of that. Just do you. So congratulations and congratulations. Fuck that asshole. No offense. I don't think we have any assholes in here. Maybe, but
Well, some people like to fuck assholes.
this is so true. Did you guys go to the pegging? There was a pegging seminar. But any other ladies want to share?
I'm 26, so.
Oh, you're just a baby. Congratulations on finding it early.
I was 32.
32?
What was your aha moment?
What a vibrator, bro.
My aha moment basically was when I was posting on Facebook, and Facebook groups, don't do that. And very risque photos, and they just kept getting more and more nude, and guys just kept commenting, and they loved it, and they kept coming in and wanting to see more. And at that moment I was like, what in the world is, like, I was the biggest I'd ever been. I had just had my second baby, and I was like, this is crazy. Why do these guys like this? And then the more comments and compliments I got, and everything on my pictures, it just those groups were my defining moment, where I was like, what in the world? This is crazy.
Mine for me, I would have to say, I was working a 9 to 5, and they were killing me. I was working ridiculous hours, making minimum pay. It was awful. I was struggling, and then I ended up having a medical emergency and had to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. And so I went online. This is in 2004, when the internet wasn't really what it is now. And so I went to a phone job, which turned out to be phone sex. And then I found out that the pictures that they were using weren't me, because I hadn't sent any. So the guy says, what do you look like? And I'm like, oh, I am 200 and plus pounds and blah, 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 blah. And I hear click. So I call the lady and I'm like, so I was talking to the guy, he hung up, I explained what I look like, and she's like, oh, honey, we don't use your pictures. And I was like, why not? So I started using my own pictures, and that was my aha moment, when people were like calling me off the hook, telling me how they love my belly, and they love my cellulite, they loved all these rolls and all this stuff. And I was like, well, shit, that means I can still eat. And so my home sex job turned into doing photos for the site so that I can keep up to date. And then it went into videos. And And so I had a roommate at the time who was in the military. And we were just roommates, just friends. We'd never fucked before. I was curious, so I used my in and I was like, so I need to do a video. I think we should do a video. And he was like, fuck it, let's do it. So we did a video, and it was like the most cheesiest. It was in front of a fireplace. You can see like my back end and him, and like just his lower torso. And we were in front of the fireplace with no lighting. We had this tiny little camera with batteries. And it was the cheap, had changing faces. Do you mind if I stroke you out? And then and it was like a big selling video for me. To this day, I don't have it anymore because I can't, it got lost on a hard drive or something, but to this day I have fans that are like, where's that video? The one of you in front of the fireplace. And I'm like, oh my God, that's like archive video. Like, if I could find it, I would love to, because I could probably make really good money off of it, but that was my aha moment, was like, I was pretending to be someone else and didn't know it, because I was conservative, so transitioning from that to photos, from photos to videos, and then I just turned into a full-out freak, so there you go. Any questions? Anybody want to join porn? Yeah, I got OnlyFans referral. I'm just kidding. Has anybody